What's going on, chicken friends? It's Donna Little from the Coop. I'm out here hanging out with my littles. Say hello, Lola May. And I probably should be asking myself what's going on, because I have just experienced something that I've never experienced before. So you're not going to land on the phone, sister. If I lose an eye, call 911, okay? All right, here's the deal. So a few weeks ago, I noticed that Hazel was missing some feathers on her chest. And I honestly just chalked it up to maybe somebody got in a squabble on the roost bar, or, girl, I'm just part of the roost. Well, if you're going to stand up here, you got to say hi. Show everybody how cute your little cheeks are. So, I didn't think that much about it. Every now and then somebody will grab another one of the chickens and, pull a little plug of feathers out. So I didn't think that much about it. And then I think it was probably last week, I started to notice that Caroline was missing a few feathers on her chest also. And I was like, okay, I'm going to need to go out there at night and start watching them again on the roost, because that's what I was thinking, is that somebody was getting into a squabble, a fuss or something on the nest, on the roost bar. And so I did. I went out and just kind of watched them go to bed a few nights, and literally, even Alice wasn't having a problem. Everybody was doing great. The other day, and it was when I was in the middle of building the new enclosure for my quail, so I had a lot of things to do already. I came out and I could tell that Hazel was just not feeling good. So I was a little bit worried about her, and I was keeping an eye on her that morning, and she was just laying in the yard, kind of, fluffed up a little bit. And she's one of those breeds, she's a golden comet that is a high production layer. And I thought, is she egg bound? This is something I probably need to address right away. So I went and got her, and I couldn't feel an egg. It didn't feel like that. But I thought, okay, to be on the safe side, I'll go ahead and soak her anyway. And so what I did is I just put her in the bucket with Epsom salt. And she's a very good patient, even though she tries to kill me every single day. Because she has an attitude, she is an excellent patient. Anytime I've ever had to do anything with her, she's very, very sweet. So she was standing there, and I had cracked an egg for her, and I brought her the egg yolk, because I was like, let me see, I'll put this to the test and see if she'll eat the egg yolk. And she ate it with no problem. So I stood her in there for probably 15 or 20 minutes and just, talked to her. And it's Georgia. And so when she got out, I don't know if it was the egg or if it was the Epsom salt bath, but anyway, she was obviously feeling better, and after that was, just good to go. Well, I'm looking at Caroline, and I said to Mark that evening, because she's kind of one of my only couple of touch-me-nots, I said, we need to go out at night tonight when I might lose an eye, please stop. So I was like, let's get a good look at her and see if I can tell what's going on. Now, I know you're probably already thinking, oh, I bet they've got mites or lice or something. What? Somebody is alerting. Run, little babies, go inside. And so that is not the case. Now, my chickens did, back in the early spring, they did have mites. I used Electro-PSP, and it handled it. It's just one treatment and you're done. And so since then, I have looked them over a number of times just to make sure, and I haven't seen a single sign of any mites or lice or anything. So we went out that night, and I got a good look at Caroline, and she is just loaded with pin feathers. And I'm like, is my chicken molting at the beginning of August? Is this a thing? I've had chickens for years off and on, and I've never had a chicken molt in the summer. Is this commonplace? I mean, do you guys ever have that? I don't know if it's more common in different regions. So after probably 2 days, I think it was actually just yesterday maybe, I started noticing Isabel and Jolene are molting also. I mean, when I came out this morning, you know what it's like if you have chickens when they molt. There were feathers everywhere. And so all of them have pin feathers immediately coming in behind. So all I can think is, and I think because we've maybe never had the circumstances that we've had in the past few weeks, maybe this is why it's never happened, but we have had excessively hot weather, like more than normal, and it's usually hot here. So between that and the fact that, I need to scoot over because the sun has just come out again. Between that and the fact that we have had rain, and when I say rain, like I know I've got some subscribers that are in Georgia also. It's been like insane, and maybe I never had this set of circumstances when maybe it happened in the past when I didn't have chickens, because I have, you know, had periods in the last 30 years where I didn't have chickens, that maybe it's happened then. But we've had so many days of torrential rain that I don't know if my chickens are going into molt because of the heat, coupled with the fact that it's just darker. There's been a ton of nights in the last 3 weeks or more that it's been almost like nighttime at 7:15, 7:30 in the morning, and then same thing in the evening, because we'll have, like, you know, just huge, really, really dark cloud cover in the morning, and then we'll have a storm that evening, so they're getting up later and going to bed earlier. I don't know, but I have never had this happen. So if you guys live in different regions, maybe it's commonplace for them to molt in the middle of the summer. Never ever have I seen this. It's been a little weird. So I actually was just looking at who else? Ruby. Now Ruby did molt last year, and I know some chickens will molt, you know, year after year, but the 4 that are definitely molting did not molt last year at all, so it would be time for them to. But in all the years of chicken keeping, I've never had this happen. So I guess the moral of the story is you are definitely not too old ever to learn something new, because I wouldn't have ever thought that would be a thing. Mine usually molt like insanely late, like it's getting into cold weather before they start molting. And I kind of thought that was the main contributing factor, was a temperature change, more so than the days being shorter. I don't know. You definitely can always learn stuff. So, you know, if you get years into chicken keeping and you figure out something that you didn't know that you think I should have known that, you know, join me in not knowing everything. Oh gosh, I hope you guys are enjoying our content, and if you are, please stick around. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We'll be doing more stuff with the quail, and my babies will very, very soon, in the next month maybe, really start to interact and be joining the big hens, and we'll start putting those two together as one flock. So have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.